Good. It hacked my entire 10,000 person contact list 2 weeks after I opened it. Yeah, and then Google shut down my email for all my work, all 5 of them. Fun. I've never been hacked before. I was just saying, anybody that wants to be can be. All right. Good evening, folks. We apologize for the delay. We're just getting some technology going. It's 6:12 on May 28th, and this is continuation of our planning board meeting. Previously, we called a special meeting to finish our agenda items due to our bylaws not allowing us to take up business after 9 p.m. or new business rather. So in standard, we're going to call the meeting to order as we just did. We do have a quorum with 3 members present. We are just going to talk about our correspondence. There is a letter from Kent Matthews regarding the child care facility, neither pro or con, just asking questions that I believe mostly apply. If you read through that, I think those apply to a state level versus us.
Yeah.
Asking if the applicant has to conform to state regulations, licensing requirements, which they obviously do. So most of these questions he just wants to put out there, and I think they'll either be automatically addressed. Things like feeding and nourishment aren't really our purview, but we can talk about that later. We have an email from Bailey Smith supporting 004047's licensure, believing that a massive LLC with multiple locations does not belong in a small town. There's also another email from Deborah Edwards, voicing her support on 2 businesses in town for recreational marijuana, that one should only be local. That's a duplicate. So that's the sum of our correspondence. Oh, I apologize. We also got the commercial lease agreement that was a condition of approval for 04047. That was, I think you received that yesterday, right, Desiree?
We received it Friday, but I didn't get to send it over to you till yesterday.
And the lease was signed on May 21st. We do not have a review of minutes this evening, I believe.
Nope.
But those will be put off to the next meeting. Which leaves us, we concluded our old business at the last meeting, and our new business we need to take up is a site plan review for Kimberly Robichaud. Correct. That's it, Robichaud. Map R8, lot 221 at 157 Hussey Road, and it's a proposed family childcare facility. So tonight's agenda would have us review the application and for completeness. So bear with us as we go that. I see the abutter list is here. We have a sketch map as well as a tax map. Just a quick question for you, is that, because the photocopy I can't read, is it designating the parking area as 50 feet wide by 150 feet long?
Yes.
That's not right?
Yes.
Or 35 feet long,
Yeah, that sounds.
35 feet wide.
Yeah.
35 by, let's just go with 35 by 150.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have another driveway towards the garage. So we technically have 2 driveways.
So this parking area designated on your sketch map would be just for the childcare? Not necessarily. This one that I'm seeing right here.
Yeah, that leads to the house.
Okay.
Yep. It steps down.
Is the childcare going to be in the house?
Yes.
Okay. But you have a secondary driveway for residential vehicles if you need it?
Yes.
And you don't have any other contiguous properties? Are you property owners of any other properties nearby?
It's just us, yeah.
So that doesn't apply. And the copy of the deed present.
Got that.
And there was no official land survey here. You're not doing any new construction? Okay. So that wouldn't apply either. Under an existing conditions, bearing of all distance of all property lines to be developed, there is no new development. And I believe I just have the location of the sewer,
They showed the
septic
location.
tank in Leach Field.
Yep. Should we have a
And your
copy of
well.
it? Should we have a copy of the updated plan for that?
Do you guys have a copy of your septic plan?
No, but I know where it is. It's right by the garage.
There's a little map that I,
Yeah, no, we still that.
yeah, that's the only thing that we had.
Sometimes when they put the septic in, there's
Yeah, there was,
a copy of the plan from the engineer that shows
yeah,
how
they
many
never had
gallons,
that.
how many things a minute it takes and where you're gonna be, putting more use on the sewer system. Kinda wanna know what's going on with that.
So,
Yeah, they never had any of that info when we bought the house,
Okay.
and we tried finding it.
Yeah, we just had them inspect it when they cleaned it. They said it was fine.
do you know what size it is?
I wanna say it's 1,000 gallons. I can always call,
The state may also want that more than even more
Right.
than we do.
yeah,
There is a listing, a lot of things predate our records here. They tell you you can't find a lot of the septic systems in Parsonsfield on the state website, but when I just built the house, I had to go through, sometimes they say like a quarter of a mile from the oak tree on 160. You have to literally go through until you find your lot number. It took me 3.5 hours, but I found mine, so it might help you a little bit. Single streets.
I
You
couldn't
can
find
find
anything in that
Yeah.
era that would pop up on Huzzy Road.
Yeah.
Do you know if the state calls, does the state, when they do their inspection for a childcare, call for a septic plan?
Yeah. They want to know how many gallons per day it's gonna be.
Right. That's what I figured. Half black.
Is there any AGL on here that I'm missing?
How many kids did you say?
Right here.
well, they have to license me,
AGL's there.
and then they'll license me for however many kids, but I know by myself, I can only have up to 8 kids, different ages,
Okay, so that's,
but I only want 6. I don't want 8 kids.
So that would require only 1.5 parking
yeah,
spaces.
so,
So you have ample parking.
2 parking spaces and you got that. And some, well, that answers that question. Intersecting roads within 200 feet.
Do you know if you'll be feeding the kids?
Yes,
Because that makes a difference in that septic.
well, like, am I providing or like feeding in general? Cause I'm not providing meals, they're gonna be providing their own meals,
So you're not
and then I'll,
preparing meals on site for the kids.
not with my, like a microwave. Like, they'll prepare their own meals and then I'll just warm them up.
So the parents will bring the meals with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And it'll be just you, nobody else.
nobody else, no.
You don't have any open wetland there?
No. It's all down.
That way.
You're not putting any signage up?
No.
And there's no easements on your property?
What's that?
There's nothing that is attached to your deed, like right away or anything like that?
Oh, no.
Generally, that's the case. I just want to make sure. Are all the setbacks marked on here?
Pretty much. No measurement on the road though. But if you go to scale, it says 1/4 inch is 5 feet, so 20 foot for the
You
road.
go 130 to 10 feet,
Yeah,
so 140 feet from the road.
yeah.
From the
I was just
closest-
saying, one of our things says how wide's the road itself.
Yeah.
But I would say 20
Do you
feet.
know how wide Passy Road is, Jesse, off the top of your head?
Oh,
20 feet?
no, it's wider than that.
Really?
That's gotta be 22. Yeah, two rod road.
There's no proposed building, so P doesn't apply. The location of the driveways are on there. There's a dimension of the septic tank on one of these pages right here.
Yep.
Are you guys doing any new landscaping?
No.
Will there be a fence up for the kids if they're outside?
Yes, I think the state requires that.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be like anything super special, but they do require,
Just enough so a 4-year-old can't scale it?
right?
Yeah.
And it has to be so high.
And you haven't applied for any permits yet, right?
What?
You haven't gone to the state for any permits yet?
No, they want town approval first.
You have some questions there?
No, you just asked them, so as far as the applicable permits, that was what I was asking. And schedule for
I
construction.
already asked him.
Okay.
And schedule for construction, they're not really building anything, so
Right.
that's,
So at this point, we'd have to see if someone wants to make a motion for completeness before we can schedule a site walk and public hearing. The only thing I'm concerned about is the septic plan.
yeah.
Septic plan, and I don't know about the fence. That's kind of up in the air too.
And that's,
We had one 2 years ago that we didn't have to have the fence present because it was a state requirement, a
Right.
local requirement.
more for when the state comes to look it over.
That is one of the questions of your neighbor on that letter. Again, he was not pro or con. He made that very clear that he wasn't speaking against it. He was just curious.
He's just a lawyer.
He is a lawyer. He did sign it as a lawyer.
He's asking questions.
But that's what they do.
Yeah, so you have to have a fence
Yeah. No,
by the state.
All right, I'll make a motion that this is complete.
I'll second it.
Show of hands for all in favor. So next, we're gonna schedule a public, site walk with you.
Okay.
For your space and a public hearing. My recommendation is you guys do as much diligence as you can to try to find that septic plan.
Yes.
And that would be great if we could have it for next month's meeting,
Okay.
in case anyone speaks out against that. I saw your diagram and everything else. You might be able to get something from whoever tested your septic just to give you the gallonage
Yep.
and flow.
Actually needs to be.
Right.
I was gonna say.
I just haven't done.
We'll get a copy of that inspection.
Yeah, even your inspection report would probably suffice.
Yep.
Okay.
Do we have a date on the calendar?
So your June meeting is the 18th, so Saturday the 14th or Sunday the 15th.
Almost
15th
Sundays.
is Father's Day.
Yeah. Plus I keep missing church. I do.
I believe you.
So Saturday the 14th is what you're looking at. If you have. I won't be here, so it really doesn't matter to me.
It's all about
I'll be in
you.
New York soaking up some sun.
I can do Saturday the 14th if we do it early.
Yeah.
Is anybody available at 9 a.m.?
I'm good.
Would that work for you guys?
Yes.
I have 2 events that day, so I'd have to be out of there by 9:40, which would be fine.
You good on that date at 9, Jim?
What day is it?
Saturday the 14th.
Excuse me.
Sure, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
Make a motion?
I'll get something that says no school.
What's the date?
Saturday the 14th. I can't make a motion.
I make a motion. We have a site walk on Saturday, the 14th
Do we have
at
a-
9 a.m.
And we need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor, show of hands. Passed. And then we'll schedule our public hearing directly before our next meeting.
Yep.
Do we want to do it at 6 or at 5:30?
That's up to you guys.
You guys want to are you aware of anything else on our agenda that night?
You do have a sketch plan application for a subdivision.
Oh,
Other than that, you guys went through everything already, so it would just be this and that.
So why don't we do it at 6 p.m.?
Okay.
6 p.m. okay with you two for the site, for
The
the
hearing.
public hearing?
Yeah, I'm good.
6:18, 6 PM. Motion?
Roger.
I make a motion, we have a hearing on our next regular meeting.
And a second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Passed. You guys are good.
Thank you so much.
You might want to hang out for a second because it's their open to public questions portion.
Oh.
And you're our only public here. So we're happy to hear your question.
Question, well, one thing is statement. And Jesse said Two Rod Road, but this is the width that is what?
Width.
But down at the bottom, it's at 160. It's pretty narrow. I think it's 15 or 16 feet where it's paved down there.
We can measure it when we go out for the sidewalk too.
Right, yeah, good idea.
And traffic, particularly with Wadsworth's subdivision there, the number of houses on that. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing is I am thinking, it's turned into suburbia on that road. I own the land next door on the road. Since it's so, I was gonna keep it non-developed. However, I am thinking of putting in two lots there and keeping the back section. However, I'm wondering whether or not, I was thinking, I was told it was 10 children. I can't see 10. 10 is much too much for
Right,
for the inside.
I think she said
No.
she
six.
said six,
Six.
no more
I
than
was thinking
six.
five, 6.
Yeah, 6 is my max.
Because if it's any bigger than that, I think it would impact the value of the lot closest. The ones liable to buy would be people that are older with money. And I don't know what their reaction would be to a bunch of noisy kids. The other question, and this is a major one, I asked Jesse this, and he gave me an answer, and I like the answer, but at the same time, I want to see something written down from the state. Jesse is very helpful, but I don't think he speaks ex cathedra. And that is distance from a daycare for, well, discharge of a firearm, hunting. I hunt behind there. And I've been told that the guy down the street there, who owns a big piece back there, and he uses it for hunting, told me that he was interested if I ever decided to sell. I probably won't, but I don't know how many years I've got left. And it would be much easier for the executor to sell to him. He wouldn't buy it unless but I've heard 500, I've heard 1,000.
It's 100 yards.
That's from a house.
But a daycare
It's
is,
from
a daycare is considered a residential dwelling in Maine.
really?
Yeah,
I'm reading it on the state website right now.
Okay, I would like
330 feet.
a copy of that if somebody can get it.
It's Title 12, Section 11209, discharge of a firearm or archery equipment near a dwelling or building, including a daycare.
Title 12.
Title 12,
What was the next?
Section 11209.
So it's the same for,
yeah,
For a home or a daycare.
yeah,
I spent,
There's a difference in possessing your firearm on the actual property. But discharging it on a neighboring property just has to be outside of 100 yards.
I spent at least 8 telephone calls trying to get an answer on this
really,
from the York Sheriff's Department,
yeah.
from at least 2 statey places. One of them recommended and transferred me, I believe, to a gun store.
Wow.
Another one, and this was Stady, said, oh, so-and-so, Sergeant so-and-so is the one that would answer that question. And he's out today, but he'll get back to you tomorrow,
Yeah. Know the feeling.
I mean, the state,
It's frustrating.
if it's a heavy hunting area, the state may want you to post signs on the edge of their property that says childcare or something just for safety
Yeah.
issues.
I wanted to anyway, like, because people fly down our road and it
I live on
actually really
153, I
makes
get
me
it.
mad.
Yeah.
And it's a dirt road.
Right.
So I was gonna put like slow kids at play or whatever.
I think actually the state will probably help you out with a sign for that anyway,
Yeah.
if it comes to fruition.
Town road.
Oh, really? It'll be a town thing? Yeah, put slow
You
children.
can put a request into the road commissioner.
Okay,
And go to the select board.
yeah, like I'm constantly.
I knew something could be
Slow
done.
down, it's like it's a
Club,
dirt
go to the
road.
club.
I
Yeah.
believe, though, it's only DOT that can actually change speed limit.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
You can get a sign from the town.
speed limit.
right.
Not post dirt road,
Yeah.
the speed limit is 45.
Yes. The speed limit was changed, of course, in the past, and that's another story by itself, believe me. And it was first changed to 35 and then down to 25. And then for a while there, if you were going east to Elm Street, it was 25. If you were coming from, not from Elm Street, it was 45 because there wasn't a sign.
On Hussey Road?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
doesn't surprise me.
They also spelled our name, the road, our road name wrong. They had to add the EY. They only had just Y when they replaced the sign. So they added an E and a Y at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Any further questions from you?
not at the moment.
Okay, we have another meeting. We will have a site walk there.
And then we'll have the public hearing if you want to voice your opinions.
So any other public questions?
You guys have any questions?
Then our next move is an adjournment motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
All in favor? We're good. Much better than you waiting 3 hours for the night.
I actually watched it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we are too.
We're sorry.
I'm
saying sorry right now.
So I wanted to like prepare myself and I might be walking